So this is one of those videos where I've had the idea for a while, and I could have made a video weeks ago, but there's just other videos which I really want to do a bit more, and just kind of push it back. But then yesterday I saw a video from Bargo, and when I saw the title I was like, no, he didn't. I think he did. And then I watched the video, I'm like, oh no, he didn't actually take the idea. So it's still safe, but I need to get this out, and it's more of a question, right, for everyone else, everyone who's out there, and just asking what is going on with Rox, really, what's going on there. Now, before we go into asking this question, and before we go into just all the stuff linked to that, I want to mention that, guys, please, if you haven't already subscribed, I'm trying to get to 75 subscribers, which is the greatest milestone for this channel. I don't know what could be greater than getting 75 subs on this channel. Yeah, I can't think of anything that would be greater. So please, let's try get there before the end of the year. It would be great to have that. Great to have chapter 1000. That would be great. And for that special occasion, because I am believing in you guys that you guys will get me there. But what should I do? Should I do like a video talking about 75 different things? 75-minute video? Should I do something for 75 minutes in a video? Should I tell myself doing something for 75 minutes? Like, I'm wondering what kind of thing I should do for that, right? Or should I even go live? I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't have enough subs for that. But no. Tell me what you guys think. What kind of things should I do? And also, guys, if you're wondering if this has spoilers for you and you're not up to date, you're still catching up with One Piece, I'll put a tag down below as I always do. So check that out. Now, Rox is a very crazy one because that whole God Valley incident, right? As far as we know, right? We had Garp and some Marines on one side. We had Roger and implied the Roger Pirates on the other side. This is 38 years ago. Okay, on the other side we had Rox and people in his crew on the so it was a very big battle. The island, as we know, cannot be found on any more maps. It just isn't anymore. The island isn't. We don't know if it was destroyed, if it sunk, if it went to space. The island just isn't. That's what we know. So the question is, how did Rox lose, or like how did Garp and Roger come out victorious? Because in that they mentioned all the notable people who were there at that time. Now I'm assuming the unnotable people just kind of equated themselves somehow, right? They kind of equated themselves somehow. But for the notable people on Roger's side, we had Roger himself, Garp, the myth, the legend, hero of the Marines, and probably we can throw in Rayleigh and Scopper. That's about it. On the other hand, we had Rox, greatest rival of Roger, probably even superior than compared to Roger at some point in terms of strength, in terms of everything he had. We had younger Whitebeard, younger Big Mom, younger Kaido, Shiki as well, Silver Axe, Captain John, Wang, Ji. Now, that right off the cuff, like, that's just not happening. There's just no way. There's just no way. So now I'm gonna switch up some stuff and just show you just how much it doesn't make sense. Because people assume that, Whitebeard might have changed sides, right? And I'm going to show you how that, even if that happened, that still doesn't make sense, right? Let's just assume Whitebeard changed sides, right? So that throw Whitebeard on the other side. So maybe you can have a Roger versus Rox. Judging from Rox's legend, I mean, he was probably stronger than Roger. Maybe equal. We'll just say equal, just for the sake of it, right? Equal to Roger. That's fine. And then we have Whitebeard. Whitebeard, due to the sake of age and the fact that he was younger, can have Whitebeard versus Big Mom. That's not too far fetched. 30-year-old Big Mom, 36-year-old Whitebeard. Makes sense. That's a very high difficult fight. Probably a draw. Maybe slight edge to Whitebeard. But like before, maybe slight edge to Rox in the Rox versus Roger. But overall, makes sense. And then we have Garp. And let's just say how this doesn't make sense. Because couple, decades into the future, it takes both Garp and Sengoku to bring down Shiki. So a fight, if we even put Shiki with Garp, Shiki should win that. But let's just, for the sake of it, let's just put that to the side and say that matchup happens. Now we still got people like Kaido, people like Wang Ji, Captain John, Silver Axe. And who are they fighting? Explain this to me. Who are they fighting? Right? Maybe, if you want, right? If you want, we can say that, like I've been saying in some of my videos, Kaido was young, and probably when he was younger, he was much weaker, so he wasn't that much of a serious combatant. It's just they added him there as a notable person because of how great he became later on. So, I mean, if you haven't seen those videos, I'll just put them up. It's talking about 1, Kaido's age. I made a video talking about 2, how Kaido survived as part of the Rocks Pirates and becoming the pirate that he is today. I made 2 videos on that. Go watch them. Anyway, say Kaido is young, not a great fighter. Fine, we can remove him. We still have Wang Ji, Captain John, and the Silver Axe. And I said that we'll count Rayleigh and Copacabana as notable fighters. And that's 2 legends versus 3. And I don't know, that just still doesn't seem very fair. Right? And then I thought about something. I said, you know what? Every time we've seen Copacabana, he always has axes. So what if his title, his epithet, is Silver Axe Copacabana? That makes sense, right? That would make sense. And so we go from having, Rayleigh and Scopper against, Captain John, Wang Ji, and Silver Axe to having Rayleigh and Silver Axe Copacabana, maybe he switched sides as well, against Wang Ji and Captain John. That makes sense. But remember, definitely Garp is losing. So at the end of the day, Roger might also lose as well. Garp is losing for sure. Whitebeard may barely win. Everyone else is more or less a draw. Rock still wins overall. They still win. The only other options I can think about is like maybe Big Mom was in labor because we know she's been having children every year since then. Maybe she went into labor. Maybe that's it. Or maybe it might end up being one of those Marineford situations, right? Because if you think about Marineford, like it wasn't really Whitebeard Pirates versus the Marines. It was disadvantaged Whitebeard Pirates versus... Woo! Don't know what happened there. Disadvantaged Whitebeard Pirates versus the Marines and the Shichibukai. So that's a bit unfair. Because if you think about it, just think about how different Marineford is. Remove all the extra players first of all. If you know Whitebeard Pirates or Marines, get out of there. So all the warlords, remove them. Luffy, Revolutionaries, Ivankov, and I forgot his name. The guy with the snip fruit. Remove those guys. Crocodile, remove them. So Whitebeard Pirates versus Marines. And then of course you have to add Ace to the Whitebeard Pirates. Add Thatch and add Teach. That would have gone very differently. That would have gone very, very differently. So, of course, the disadvantage is just the whole thing I'm trying to point out there. Maybe the Rocks were at a disadvantaged state, and that's what was wrong there, right? Maybe Garp and Roger had some kind of advantage in which they just had to ruin one part of the thing in order to ruin the whole plan, kind of like, guys, just gotta, remove that something from the something at the time when the something is going down and the whole plan is ruined, kind of thing, right? And then they just managed to do that and they didn't really have to fight and defeat everyone. Of course, it was a difficult battle, but they didn't have to do that. Maybe that's what it was, because other than that, I honestly see no way in which this makes sense. Garp and Roger should have lost, even if people switched sides, even if Kaido was weak, even if Silver Axe turns out to be Copacabana, they still should have lost. But guys, this is just me. This is something that gets on my mind sometimes. Maybe Oda will explain it. Maybe you guys have a way in which this works, right? Maybe we're just going to go with the fact that Big Mom was in labor. Maybe that's it. She went into labor, and that was the final crutch that the Rocks needed for Roger and Garp to win. Maybe. But tell me, like, how do you guys see this? What do you guys think of? Like, is this something that, like, am I the only one who's struggling with this? Right? And for anyone out there who thinks like it makes sense already. Like, just ask them what I've asked you, or just share my video with them. Let them know that, you know, this doesn't completely make sense. But guys, let me know what you think about this. Just comment down below, share it on the Discord, share it on Twitter. Like, just let me know what you think. As always, guys, like the video if you like the video, and subscribe for more content like this. If you know someone who needs to hear the truth, please share this video with them. If you have time, watch one more of my videos. If not, thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. This is King KZ, and I'll see you in the next one.